Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day, my oh my, it is Wednesday, 5th day of February, 2025. I am Dan Coots, your host. This Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley, fairly clear skies, a couple of spittles of snow, 19 degrees. Right now, it was a cold day yesterday, only got to 25 on Tuesday, and our low was 22, a 3-degree temperature variation between the high and the low, and we're going to be stuck in this pattern for a little bit. A couple more spittles of snow possible later on today, overnight into Thursday. Then we'll dry out a little bit. The below normal temperatures are going to continue. You folks up in Omak have been getting hit pretty hard. Right now, Omak is at 12 degrees, but once again, the big story up there is the wind. 20-mile-an-hour wind out of the north, combined with that 12-degree temperature. That cuts right through your clothes. Hang in there, Omak. Forecast details are on the way. News, yes, we do a lot of that around here. Sports, we do a lot of that too. Tough loss for the Kraken last night. They scored a couple of late goals to force overtime. Nobody scored in the extra period. And then came the shootout. Detroit scored. We didn't. But the Wenatchee Wild took it to Moose Jaw in a big way up there in Saskatchewan. We'll have highlights of a nice victory there. And of course, all this week we are profiling the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Royal Court Top 10 candidates leading up to pageant night on Saturday night. And today you'll get to meet two lovely young ladies. I watched the interviews this morning. I'm impressed. Alona Zimbirsky and Tessa Schall will do the honors today as they sat down with their very own Eric Granstrom. That'll be in the back half of the program. 3 slides to show for you. First of all, the remaining snow totals. We did have a light spittle of snow about an hour and a half ago that lasted about 3 minutes and then it disappeared. So as you can see, there's a pretty good gap in our viewing area. Most of north central Washington really not going to get any additional snow for the rest of the day today. Most of the snow will be relegated to the southeast of us, where they're going to get some snow in the Lewiston, Clarkston area and down there. But pretty much done for the snow for the most part today. Now tonight, there's another band of snow, another round of snow showers rolling in tonight, and this will be tonight into tomorrow, and everybody's going to get some light snow, it looks like. Not much, less than an inch for the Wenatchee Valley. Omak, you're going to catch a break, no snow at all. It's just about, very light, probably won't affect your commute. And of course, if you probably noticed, the snow has like very little water content. It's powdery, light snow coming down there. So a little bit on the mountain passes tonight into Thursday, and the temperatures, wow. Below normal, again, our normal high is 38. We're not going to be anywhere near that. Here's your temperature forecast for areas outside of the Wenatchee Valley. And once again, poor Omak. Overnight lows in the single digits, and they're going to be dealing with this wind because the gradients have tightened up pretty good right along the Canadian border. They're not only going to deal with really cold temperatures in Omak, both the lows and the highs, but windy conditions as well. Not too bad for the other places in our viewing area, but it's still below normal as we're getting deeper and deeper into February. Speaking of that, sunrise this morning, almost upon us, 7:21. Sunset tonight's 5:09. That's 9 hours and 49 minutes of daylight. That's 3 minutes longer than it was yesterday. Tomorrow will be 3 minutes longer than today. There's definitely longer days, but cold temperatures from the National Weather Service. It's going to be clear this morning, and then the clouds will be rolling in as the day progresses, and by sunset right around 5 o'clock tonight, it'll be cloudy with a slight chance of snow. We're going to top off about 29, they tell us. We shall see. Slight chance of light snow tonight. I don't think it's really going to develop into much of anything. The clouds will be hanging around. Overnight low about 14. Sunshine, you got it. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You remember this pattern? It's back. Not nearly as lengthy as we saw in the month of January. We had that long stretch of sunny and cold weather. Well, we're going to have a long stretch of sunny and cold weather as well. Temperatures still below normal, especially those overnight lows. The overnight low, the normal overnight low this time of the year is 26. That'll be closer to our afternoon high. And by the way, next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, really, really cold. Heads up on that. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we got the news. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. Warm up with one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
19 degrees. Skies are fairly clear in the valley. They'll be clouding up a little bit. Couple of spittles of snow. Not real warm. Lots of sunshine into the early part of next week, though. It's 7 minutes after the hour. A plastic storm drain running beneath the railroad tracks was the fuel for the fire Monday that blackened the skies here in the Wenatchee Valley. Wenatchee Valley Fire Chief Brian Brett said it appears a warming fire started by someone who had taken shelter in the railroad culvert may have started the pipe on fire. The fire was first noticed at about 2:50 in the afternoon on Monday in the 1900 block of North Wenatchee Avenue under the tracks that run parallel to the Apple Capital Recreational Loop Trail. Brett says once the fire was extinguished, his department used a city fiber optic camera to examine the culvert. They found no sign anybody was injured or anybody lost their life in the fire, but there was evidence that somebody was living there. No nearby structures were damaged. The precise cause of the fire remains under investigation. A Waterville man is accused of leading state troopers on a chase throughout North Wenatchee last weekend. 24-year-old Juan Manuel Rodriguez Garcia was allegedly intoxicated early Saturday morning when he sped away in a pickup after spotting a Washington State Patrol cruiser near the intersection of 9th and Mission Street. Troopers say Rodriguez's truck was exceeding the speed limit and swerving as he traveled from North Wenatchee Avenue through the old station area before it was disabled by a police spike strip near Highway 97A and Euclid Avenue. He was jailed and appeared in Chelan County Court on Monday. He faces possible charges that include reckless driving, eluding police, and DUI. North Central Washington lawmakers have opposed a bill on firearms sales that's right now moving through the State House of Representatives. 12th District Legislator Brian Burnett and 7th District Representative Hunter Abel were both no votes last week in the House Civil Rights Committee. They voted no on House Bill 1163. That would require a state permit to purchase firearms. The two are among minority Republicans on the committee. The bill survived Friday with an 8-5 recommendation. That means it's now passed on to the full House of Representatives. Burnett and Abel also voted against measures to limit bulk sales of firearms and set secure storage requirements for guns kept in homes or in cars. All those proposals passed the committee on a party line vote.
We're making it difficult for people to be able to go to work, care for their kids, care for their aging their parents, and then yet try to have to go through another application process that just had the exact same thing verified. And I think this is just a redundant. I understand the intent, and I agree with the intent. I love to make sure that we only have firearms in the safe hands of law-abiding citizens and not criminals. But again, we don't want to make criminals out of law-abiding citizens, and I just think this is something we can help simplify the process.
$58,000 has been awarded to Grant County nonprofits through the Pay It Forward Fund. The Grant PUD Community Fund encourages PUD customers to donate their partial refunds towards that campaign. Donations go towards organizations focused on essential living needs, technology, and education. This year's beneficiaries included the Moses Lake Boys and Girls Club for winter breaks and snacks, Grant PUD's Share the Light for assistance in paying your power bill. Royal City Police Department is going to get money for a bulletproof vest for its canine program, and 7 different food banks around Grant County also getting some money. And a free educational event at Wenatchee Valley College will be held next Monday at the McGuire Conference Center. It's the Love the Planet event. It'll host activity stations to engage participants in recycling, composting, and etiquette along the trail. Those who are interested are encouraged to use transportation, such as Link Transit. You can walk, ride your bike, or whatever. You'll also have a chance to enter into some raffles to win some prizes. It's Wenatchee Valley College is putting it on in conjunction with the Chelan Douglas Land Trust. Again, it'll be at 10 a.m. on Monday at Wenatchee Valley College. And that's the news at 11 minutes after the hour. More news will come your way tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. Make it appointment television viewing. 5, 6, and 10, the NCWLIFE Evening News. If that doesn't fit into your schedule, we're all busy. Try to stay warm. You can watch the news whenever you darn well feel like. Once 5 o'clock rolls around, that's when our news will be posted via the World Wide Web on our homepage, ncwlife.com, our Facebook page, our YouTube page. We try to make it as accessible as possible for you to watch the news. And if something out there you think is newsworthy, you send us an email. Love to hear from you. news@ncwlife.com. Crack and lose, wild win. Hockey takes center stage with sports in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Her Royal Highness, Queen Ella Stimo.
Join NCWLIFE channel for live coverage of the Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant on Saturday, February 8th. Coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Harvest Valley Pest Control, Merry Maids, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Join us for live coverage of the Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
Make your home your winter escape with Boswell's. Right now, save 10% on all qualifying recliners and ottomans, sofas, and home office chairs. Or save $400 on any motorized stressless power recliner. Plus, save $200 on 4 stressless dining chairs designed to follow your body's every movement. Shop Boswell's, 2915 Easy Street in Wenatchee.
Are you hungry enough to eat the end out of a rhinoceros? I know how you feel. Come on out to Blueberry Hills. You'll have a great time. We've got excellent food, a feet on the furniture kind of experience, and we won't hustle you out of your table. If you want a real farm experience, make the trek to Manson to Blueberry Hills, where you sit, you pick, you eat, and you visit. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
When getting the job done right is job one, you need construction equipment that's built right. With durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all. You need the Kubota construction lineup. Right now, write it off the lot and write it off your taxes with 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months or save up to $4,000.
Minutes after the hour in sports, Chandler Stevenson tied the game with just under 3 minutes left. That forced overtime, but Patrick Kane's NHL record 53rd career shootout goal was the game winner as the Detroit Red Wings beat the Kraken 5-4 last night, make it 7 in a row now. For Detroit, Seattle is 1-3 in shootouts this season. They conclude their 5-game homestand tomorrow night against Toronto at 7 p.m. Well, not one, but 2 Wenatchee Wild skaters registered hat tricks last night as the Wild cruised to an 8-2 victory over the Moose Jaw Warriors. Lucas Sherbina scored half of Wenatchee's goals all by himself, and line mate Sean Rios lit the red light 3 times, and Brendan Gee made 18 saves for his 6th win of the season.
Moose Jaw crease. And by no means are we both goalie guys. Off the face-off, Wenatchee scores. Sean Rios settles that bouncing puck down and then sails it over the glove of Hutchison. And Wenatchee adds to their lead. Wild, right circle. McKegarty back to Seitz. Race shot, scores! Dawson Seitz giving Wenatchee a 3-0 lead.
But all 3 goals, really nice shots by Wenatchee players.
Benini well out of his net. Rios tabs that puck as he intercepts. And Wenatchee will add to the lead. That puck was played right to Sean Rios. Hughes trying to tip out. Couldn't get enough of that puck. Rios scores! A wrist shot from the high right wall finds its way through traffic, and Sean Rios will have his hat-trick goal for the Wenatchee Wild.
Just a seeing eye shot from the point.
Sherbina looking for Dunphy. Look, backdoor for Spencer to Sherbina. He scores. Luca Sherbina will get his hat-trick goal. And the Wild extend their lead.
I'm surprised that young man doesn't have more goals on the season.
Period. Sherbina going wide right wing. Backhand scores. What a beauty by Luca Sherbina. Outside in top shelf backhand. And that makes it 8-2.
Wenatchee's road trip continues tonight as the Brandon Wheat Kings welcome the Wild. The opening puck will drop at the Westover Place at 5 o'clock. Local time, live coverage on 560 KPQ. And you can watch it on WHL Live. Prep girls basketball scoreboard from last night. If you were a home team, you won. Doesn't happen very often, including Ellensburg, who remains undefeated on the year. The senior class in Ellensburg, they started 9th grade. They're now seniors. Their combined record over the last 4 years for the Ellensburg Lady Bulldogs, are you ready for this? 94-1. You might say they have a pretty good girls basketball program down there in Ellensburg. East Valley crushed Ephrata. Topanishka had no problems with Quincy. A little bit tighter between Cascade and Manson. And Chelan rolled over Lake Roosevelt. That's just page 1. Here's page 2. There was a lot of basketball. Omak crushes Bridgeport. Tenasket no problems with Liberty Bell. A lot of blowouts. Brewster rolled over Okanagan. Pateris limited Orville to just 16 points. Entiat over Moses Lake Christian and Wilson Creek in a low-scoring affair took care of Soap Lake. How did the boys do? Well, Wenatchee won. They weren't being rude, but they were insulting, and they beat the Turks 48-29. Ellensburg wins big. East Valley a little bit tighter over Ephrata. Toppenish over Quincy. Manson over Cascade. And Lake Roosevelt knocked off Chelan 53-47. More prep basketball from last night. Omak over Bridgeport. It was Tenasket by 5 over Liberty Bell. Okanagan 10'd up on Brewster. Orville crushed Pateris 74-23. Moses Lake Christian improves to 11-0 in league play. They beat Entiat by 40. Wilson Creek knocked off Soap Lake 46-33, and Cascade Christian Academy got by Garden City Academy 46-33. And congratulations to Moses Lake. They beat Sunnyside on the mats last night 38-32. They clinched the Big 9 regular season title. They went undefeated in league, by the way. And Wenatchee during senior night in their home gym beat West Valley in boys wrestling 41-26. Eastmont lost, but I don't have the score. I'm sure Eric will tonight at 5 o'clock. Those are just some of the games that people are playing, by the way. At 19 minutes after the hour, the following obscure holidays you can commemorate if you so desire. It is World Read Aloud Day, Western Monarch Day, that's the butterfly, of course. It's National Girls and Women in Sports Day, I'm all for that. It's National Weather Persons Day, so today's your day, Grant. It's National Chocolate Fondue Day, but today, if you are so inclined, you can take a shower with a friend. Today is National Shower with a Friend Day today. It was actually a marketing campaign in 2014, 11 years ago. New Wave Enviro. It was a company that made high-quality water filtration systems. That's what they did. And they started this holiday as a marketing tool to encourage people to buy their high-quality water filters. So their advertising slogan was, "You shower with your new friend," which meant their new shower filter. I got fun facts about showers for you here this morning. On average, Americans take anywhere from 6.6 to 6.7 showers a week. Now, how one takes a 6.7 showers a week is beyond me. What do? You soap up and then you don't rinse off? I'm not real sure. The average shower lasts approximately 14 minutes. Now, surprisingly, males tend to take more showers than females. Females like to, well, you see, they're showering with a friend there. 58% of Americans take their shower in the morning. I am one of them. 68% of Americans admit that they sometimes take a shower when they don't really need to take a shower because it just relaxes you and makes you feel good. It's been estimated that about 73% of all Americans have shared their shower with their significant other. And this interesting fun fact about showers, 37% of consumers say they are sincere. They actually want to use water more responsibly, but they don't want to sacrifice the performance of their shower to conserve water. I'm one of those. My shower head is a late 1960s shower head. I think they use it to wash elephants. And it's got some serious power to it because that's the way I like my showers. So today, if you have a chance, take a shower with a friend. No comment necessary. 21 minutes after the hour, today in history, the Statue of Liberty has that little plaque on the pedestal. You're familiar with the poem. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shores. Well, on this date in 1917, the Congress passed the Immigration Act of 1917. Woodrow Wilson vetoed it, said this is stupid. Congress overrode the veto, and the Immigration Act of 1917 became the law of the land on this date 108 years ago today. So, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, with the following exceptions no longer allowed in the United States. Alcoholics, anarchists, contract laborers, criminals, convicts, epileptics, feeble-minded persons, idiots, illiterates, imbeciles, insane persons, paupers, persons afflicted with contagious diseases, persons being mentally or physically defective, persons with constitutional, psychopathic inferiority, political radicals, polygamists, prostitutes, vagrants, and anybody from Asia. Outside of that, come to America. That was 108 years ago today. 67 years ago today, it's still out there. They never did find the darn thing. February 5th, 1958. It was a practice exercise. An F-86 fighter plane collided with a B-47. The B-47 was carrying a hydrogen bomb. The pilot of the fighter safely ejected. The crew of the bombardier jettisoned the hydrogen bomb. They knew they were going to have a very tough landing or the plane may crash. And if the plane crashed, the hydrogen bomb may detonate, so they got rid of the bomb. They let it go out in the Atlantic Ocean. The bomber did land safely. It's known as the Type B bomb. The U.S. Air Force looked for it off the coast of Savannah, Georgia. They never did find it. It's still there. If you were so inclined, you can go look for it. What you do with it, I don't know. That was 67 years ago today. The Third Punic War finally came to an end on this date in 1985. There they are, signing the peace treaty. That's the mayor of Rome and the mayor of Carthage signing the peace treaty, ending the Third Punic War. Now, the Third Punic War ended in a Roman victory in 146 BC. So the war lasted 2,131 years. Rome won the war, but nobody ever bothered to, sign papers, peace treaty, truce, whatever. So they actually got together on this date 40 years ago to formally end the war that actually had ended 2,131 years later. But, you got to do the paperwork. Super Bowls. All right, Seahawks fans, we have to mention it. Super Bowl 40. We all know what happened. Super Bowl XL, 19 years ago today. Steelers beat the Seahawks 21-10. Ford Field in Detroit. The first Super Bowl broadcast in high definition. They've been experimenting with high definition, but this was the first Super Bowl broadcast where all of the elements from beginning to end was in high definition. This so far has been the last Super Bowl broadcast by ABC. ABC hasn't done a Super Bowl in 19 years, but they're going to do, I think it's next year's Super Bowl. They're back in rotation. This was the first Super Bowl played on field turf. All 39 previous Super Bowls were either played on natural grass or AstroTurf. The Steelers become the first number 6 seed to win the Super Bowl. And of course, since the Super Bowl took place in Detroit, the obvious choice for the halftime show, the Rolling Stones. There's a lot of Seahawk fans who are still a little upset about the officiating in Super Bowl 40. This is the 13th anniversary of Super Bowl XLVI. That would make it Super Bowl 46. The Giants beat the Patriots in Indianapolis 21-17. The Giants set a new record. They had the lowest regular season record of a team that went on to win the Super Bowl. They were just 9-7 in the regular season. They barely made the playoffs, and they just kept right on winning. In fact, the New York Giants of 2011 are the only Super Bowl champion to be outscored during the regular season, and the halftime show featuring Madonna remains to this day the highest rated Super Bowl halftime show. And Super Bowl LI, Super Bowl 51, 8 years ago. I remember this one. The Patriots beat the Falcons in Houston in overtime, 34-28. At one point in the third quarter, Atlanta led 28-3. 28-3. People turned off the TVs. They blew a 28-3 lead. It went all the way into overtime. This was the first Super Bowl to be decided in overtime. Of course, last year's Super Bowl was also an overtime game between the Chiefs and the 49ers. Halftime show, Lady Gaga, and because the game went into overtime, Fox earned an estimated $20 million more than they were anticipating by airing 4 extra commercials during the overtime period. And we all know that Fox desperately needs the money. Super Bowl 51 birthdays. 2 heavenly birthdays. If you listen to oldies radio for about an hour today, doesn't matter where, just for 1 hour, listen to an oldies radio on however you consume your music, you will hear Hal Blaine. I guarantee you, the great American drummer Hal Blaine, born in the state in 1929, played in over 35,000 sessions, 6,000 45s. His drumming ended up on 150 top 10 hits, 40 number 1 hits, film soundtracks, television soundtracks. The American drummer Hal Blaine, born in the state in 1929. The odds are pretty good you're going to hear a song with Hal Blaine on it before this day is over. The great Hank Aaron. We miss Hank Aaron. His wins above replacement is second only to Babe Ruth among right fielders. The great Hank Aaron. There's a lot of people who still think he is the all-time home run king. Hank Aaron, born in this state 89 years ago today. And in 2010, the Dallas Morning News conducted a poll saying who was the #1 Dallas Cowboy of all time, winning, going away, I might add, Roger Staubach, who's 83 years old today. He is the only quarterback to win the Heisman Trophy and be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. There are 10 people who have won the Heisman Trophy and have been inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but he is the only quarterback who has ever done that. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Their Cash for Clunkers program is underway. If you're not sure what it is, it's pretty much like it sounds. If your old system stinks and you want a new one, you may get a big fat rebate. Call Alpine Air. They'll fill you in. Mike Benatti's got an opinion coming up, and then 2 more Apple Blossom Top 10 candidates. Our Get to Know Your interviews. You will be very impressed when you hear from Alona Zimbirsky and Tessa Shaw. They're coming up next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it or we'll replace it. No questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection. But at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires because more warranty means less worry. And nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. The Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant is Saturday, February 8th at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. 10 senior girls from the Wenatchee and Eastmont school districts will vie for the Royal Court and $31,000 in scholarships. Tickets can be purchased online or by visiting the PAX box office. And the pageant will be broadcast live on the NCWLIFE channel.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I post on Facebook quite a bit. It drives my poor wife crazy. And I'm often posting about issues that I have with what certain churches do and about my concerns about what is being presented concerning what some call Christianity these days. And then I'll get accused of picking on a specific church, even though I never mentioned a specific church by name. Well, this is what my response is in the question I want to ask. If I say something general and unspecifically critical about what some are calling Christianity these days, and you immediately connect that criticism to a specific religious group and jump to the conclusion that that's the group I'm talking about, doesn't that say more about that particular organization than does my criticism? Think about that. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Bob's Classic Restaurant and Distillery, established in 1987, where we concentrate on what we do best, creating excellent food, exciting drinks, great customer service, and an imaginative atmosphere to craft an excellent dining experience for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Shareable or not, that's up to you. Bob's Classic dishes are handcrafted and full of flavor. Enjoy the experience at Bob's Classic with your family and friends today.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Community is more than just a place. It's the people, stories, and connections we share. At the Wenatchee World, we're your neighbors, your storytellers, and your trusted voice. From uncovering the issues that matter most to celebrating the moments that bring us together. We deliver the stories that keep the community moving forward. The Wenatchee World, your community voice, here every day.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join. Coverage of the 2025 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival on the NCWLIFE channel is brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured with the Harvest Valley Pest Control, they're using kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate at 509-423-2207. Thanks for watching the NCWLIFE channel. It's our opportunity to introduce you to the top 10 candidates for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant coming up on Saturday the 8th. And Alona Simbirski is here. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure. Daughter of Boris and Vera. Thanks for coming here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Before I get to my list of questions, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am Alona, clearly, and I'm very excited to be here. I am 17 years old, a senior at the River Academy, and I don't know what else to tell you. My favorite color is purple.
Okay, that works. So River Academy, we've had several now from the River Academy, and we had a queen from River Academy. Is that why you're here, or?
Well, I decided to run for Apple Blossom because I have always been a girly girl. So ever since I came to Wenatchee, and when I was old enough to, I guess, register what it was, I've always just enjoyed watching the princesses and the queen on the float. So I've always wanted to be, I guess, as any other girl would want to be, a princess. So I was excited to be running for a chance to, I guess, be royalty.
Okay.
But yeah, I know Ryan, and we talked a lot about this process, and she gave me good advice.
So as a kid, I mean, did you play that? I mean, did you have a little tiara? Did you have a little dress?
Yes,
you did.
I have a picture of myself in like this giant cone hat and like this pink pretty dress, and I'm just standing there twirling around. So
this was meant to be for you to be part of this process.
I am very excited. I hope I get to be a princess like in my dreams.
So I got a chance to read through your bio, which is available on the website for the Apple Blossom Festival, appleblossom.org. You say that you work in your dad's office as a secretary, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you do there?
So my dad has a flooring business. He does like, I guess, the details like countertops and cupboards, and in his business he has a lot of invoices that he needs to write, and I took that job over from my mom. She used to do that, so now I write his invoices, I write emails, checks, all the fun secretary jobs, you know.
What's the biggest thing you've learned doing that?
Invoices. I didn't know that, I guess it was such a big, important process. I've made mistakes.
You learn quickly from your mistakes, especially when it matters on the bottom line, right?
Yes, especially when it's with finances. So I've got a little immersed, I guess, in the financial side of life.
So I think you, in your bio, say you want to be in interior design, right?
Yes.
Okay, so from your perspective at this point in your life, what's the biggest mistake people make when they are doing the interior of their home and they're designing it themselves?
Well, for me, I would like to design homes for other people.
Right.
And if you're designing a home for another people, you have to make sure you're not taking over, because it's not your home. So I feel like it's very important to make sure that it's what your customer wants. Because if you just go on a whim and do what you want, then that's going to be a big no-no. It's not going to turn out good.
So I imagine that that's a relationship business too, because you'd have to get to know them to know what's going to work for them for a long time.
Yes, because it's very important for the person to not only tell you, I guess, what their style is and like what they want in their home, but you have to also know the person. I feel like it would be fun to go on like coffee dates and be like, these are the color schemes. I want you to tell me your favorite colors, but I also want you to tell me what colors you want going on in your home, because it's very easy to incorporate those together and make them work well together.
Sure. What's the part of this process that you might fear the most?
In Apple Blossom or?
Yeah.
In Apple Blossom, probably messing up on stage in my speech or forgetting it, which I'm sure I won't do because I make sure I know that speech. But that's my biggest fear, is knowing it so well that you forget it.
Okay, so not being in front of all those people and the bright lights and all that, it's that part of it, just remembering it.
Yeah, I've grown up singing on stage and giving speeches at my school, so the crowd doesn't scare me too much, you know. I just sit up there and pray that I don't forget it.
If I went to your best friend and said, okay, I need you to tell me about Alona, describe Alona, what would they say?
They would probably say I'm very loud and funny and that I love to make jokes, which I do. I just love having a fun environment. I feel like it's very, very dull when people just sit there and on their phones the whole time. Like, I want to do something. I want to go do a fun activity or get coffee.
Okay. Do you want to say who your best friend is or best friends? I mean, I don't want to, leave anybody out.
Mm-hmm. So my best friend is Rayana Kaler. She's an angel. She's actually the most amazing person. She always cares for everyone else before she cares for herself. And with me and her, I feel like there's really like no friendship. It's more like sisterhood because we're so close together. She'll just show up at my house, or like I'll come to her house and be like, so what'd you guys buy at the store yesterday? I'm hungry, which is amazing because I love her parents also. Her parents, the Kalers, are an incredible family.
That's
They're
awesome.
very, very
So this
lovely.
may be related to that answer, but what makes you laugh every time, no matter what?
Every single time, my sister. Her name's Alina. She's a goofball, and I don't care what she's saying or what she's doing. She's always just so funny, and she's like the little comedian in our family. She's the best.
It's good to have that around you, especially if times get stressful, right?
Yes, but it can also get annoying.
That's true. Got to concentrate here. So in this process, what's the hardest part for you?
Being on time. I have always struggled with being punctual, but this is helping so much. My mom and I were just driving here talking about how this process has helped both her and me with time scheduling, being punctual, scheduling out our days, our weeks, because we've always been the type of family that's like, plans it on the spot. Let's go to Leavenworth. Okay, everybody be ready in 30 minutes. We don't like plan ahead. Okay, Saturday we're going to Leavenworth and then we're gonna go watch a movie. We just jump into it. So this has been very helpful on the, I guess, regime of our lives.
Okay. So in your bio, you talk about the things you like to do when you're not in school and things like that. And you talk about paddleboarding and snowboarding. So you can only pick one. Which one and why?
Paddleboarding, because snowboarding scares me. I love snowboarding, but it's scary. I hurt my knee, and I went a little bit, I think a year after I hurt my knee I went, but I was so scared. It's a fun sport, but it's definitely extreme. And paddleboarding is just so relaxing.
Well, typically you're paddleboarding in a better time of year, better weather, that type of thing.
Oh, and I love the summer.
Okay. All right. What's the one question that I didn't ask that you wished I would have? Because I'm sure that you've been preparing for this, you've been thinking about the possible questions. What was the one that you wished I would have asked you?
I wish you would have asked me about kids camp. It's in my bio.
Oh, okay. Kids camp. What's kids camp?
So every single year, my parents direct, I guess they're the directors of Slavic is like Ukrainian, Russian, like from that part of the world, refugee and immigrant kids camp for all the little kids who came here because of the war, or just kids who live here who are Slavic. And I get to help a lot with that, and it's absolutely amazing. It's a Christian kids camp, so you get to see all these little kids line up and get like snacks and play on bouncy castles, which in Ukraine or Russia they don't get a lot of because money is tight there. So they get to experience, like, I guess, a dream. Kind of how I was saying, how this is a dream for me to like be playing in the role of like princess. It's their dream of having this like American style life. So you get to just see their faces light up as they learn about Jesus and get to eat cake and play water games. I beg every year to have more pool time, and we're like, sorry, you guys have been in there for an hour.
Yeah, you're wrinkled.
Literally.
Well, best of luck in this process.
Thank
It's been a pleasure to
you.
get to know you, and
You as
we
well.
hope to get to know you a little bit more as we go. And I'll be there for mock panel interviews, and of course, we'll be there with the cameras for pageant night. Best of luck.
Thank you so much. You have a great day.
You too. Alona Simbirski joining us here on the NCWLIFE channel, part of our top 10 that will vie to be the top 3 on Saturday, February 8th. Again, our pregame show, if you will, countdown to coronation at 6:30, and then the pageant at 7 o'clock, right here on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage of the 2025 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival on the NCWLIFE channel is brought to you in part by Merry Maids. Leaving your house cleaning chores to the caring team members at Merry Maids of Wenatchee is the easy way to have a completely clean home just the way you want it. For a free in-home estimate, call today, 509-293-4243.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do? We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders, or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Coverage of the 2025 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival on the NCWLIFE channel is brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured with the Harvest Valley Pest Control, they're using kid and pet-safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate at 509-423-2207. Thanks for joining us here on the NCWLIFE channel as we get to meet the top 10 candidates for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. And joining us here today and now we have Tessa Shull, who is the daughter of Ryan and Danielle. Tessa, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here.
Well, thank you for taking the time. Before I get to my list of questions, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Tessa Shull. I am a senior at Eastmont High School. I'm 17 and I am super excited to be here. Great being a part of the Apple Blossom process.
Why did you decide to do this whole thing?
I really decided to do this whole thing just because I have little sisters and I love being a part of the younger communities and seeing how they grow and being influenced by, for me example, I was influenced by Apple Blossom. So even influencing my younger sisters just on a day-to-day and then moving to being able to influence the whole community is such an opportunity that I'm so excited to be a part of.
So it says in your bio that among other things, you're in the HOSA club, which, am I saying that right?
Yes.
So what is HOSA?
HOSA is a Future Health Professionals Club. And what we do is that we bring health professionals from Confluence Health or other clinics in the Valley just to talk about what their jobs and what they do for a living. This is how I got into wanting to go into sonography after high school. We brought in a sonography tech and he brought in one of his sonography machines. And it was so fun. It was so cool because he showed us how it worked on himself. So that was a lot of fun.
So part of your bio says you're into photography as well?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay, that's all right. All right. You know, sometimes
forgot that I, yep.
So if you wanted to go somewhere to take the ultimate photo of Wenatchee, where would you go?
I typically like to go to Badger Mountain Road. There's a lot of pull-offs up there, lots of wheat fields, flowers. You can find a lot up there to take photos of. That's where I got my senior photos done. Oh. And so it's really beautiful to go up there, and me and my friends love to do photo shoots up there.
All right, that's cool. So in this process of all of this that you're doing, what, if anything, do you fear the most about it?
I think I fear not being able to reach my full potential. I really want to be the greatest person I can possibly be. And that's always been a goal of mine for as long as I can remember. I've always wanted to be the best person I could possibly be, whether that be a sister, a daughter, a Senate member, a school representative, an Apple Blossom representative. This is such a big deal that I just want to keep growing and keep improving on everything.
Where does that come from? Do you have an example of people in your life that you're like, okay, I really want to be good at everything I try?
I want to be like my old dance teacher, Lindsay Martin, or Westman. As some people may know her, she is such an inspiring person to me. I've known her since I was 4, so I've known her for a long, long time, worked with her for 14 years, and she just has always pushed me to be my best, in whether that be in dance or as a person. And so and she tries everything, she keeps pushing herself, and she's super successful, and I want to be just like her.
That's a good role model.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if I went to your best friend and said, okay, tell me about Tessa, what would they say?
They would probably say I'm very energetic, I'm a very giggly person, and they would also say I'm very unapologetic, just because, not in a bad way, but I don't apologize for being myself. I like to be my true authentic self, and that's something that I will never apologize for, whether that be being super bubbly or being super giggly and just very joyful, and that's just who I am as a person. You won't hear me say sorry about it.
Okay, all right, that's fair, and that's good. So do you want to name who your best friend or friends are at this? I don't want to leave
I have a
anybody
couple.
out. Okay,
I have a couple.
Right. Here's your chance.
Childhood best friend is Jaden Velasquez. She's incredible. Annette Cox, she helped me through this Apple Blossom process to get into top 10. Sydney Akel, she's also was in the top 10 process with me. I've known her forever. And then a childhood friend that I don't really get to see all that often, her name's Audrey. She is incredible. We've known each other since forever, so she's incredible.
Okay, I'm sure they'd be very proud of you
Yes.
for even doing this top 10 process. So it may be from this last question or maybe something else, but what makes you laugh every time, no matter what?
My sisters. They are so silly. I have a 2-year-old sister especially. She is a goofball. I call her my little gremlin, and she is so fun to be around. She'll I was playing toys with her the other day, and she was trying to give me food, and then I'm like, oh, thank you. She goes, wait, no money, no food. And I'm like, what? And so she's so funny, and she'll just say stuff like that all the time. And then my 13-year-old sister, 13-year-olds are crazy. And then my 6-year-old sister, she just runs around and does cartwheels, and they are so fun to be around.
That's good to have that, because some of this can be pretty stressful, right?
Yes.
And just to go home and go, all right, I need to laugh for a little bit here. Okay. In this process, this is a lot that's been thrown on your plate. What is the hardest part of all of this?
Learning how to balance, for sure. It's a lot of balance of school, balance of Apple Blossom, balance of clubs, because I'm a part of a million different clubs, and I should probably learn how to stop, but I like to be involved, and so trying to keep up with school, trying to keep up with Apple Blossom, and just keep going with all of it has probably been the hardest part. I want to keep doing everything, and so trying to say no has also been kind of a hard part, because I keep getting new opportunities at my school, and they're like, do you want to do this? And I'm like, I can't, sorry, but I definitely always jump on the train right after I have time. So
sure,
yeah,
your schedule is definitely not your own. That's for sure.
No.
So how would you? So you want to get into doing ultrasounds, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, and you called that term, what is it? Sonography.
Sonography.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if someone's coming in and you're doing the ultrasound and they're nervous, how do you relax them?
I always try and make people laugh. And I am a very big hugger. So if they would let me, I'd definitely hug them, because I know hugs definitely calm me down. Even when I'm by myself, I'll just give myself a little hug, and it just makes me feel so much better. And then when I laugh, it calms the nerves and everything. And especially what I want to go into mother-baby sonography. So I'll be doing sonographies on babies. And so that could probably be a little nerve-wracking for mom and dad. So definitely trying to make them laugh and calm them down that way.
Yeah.
Is nice.
I mentioned during the media training that my daughter is pregnant, and they just had a big appointment last Friday, and the baby boy was not into being in the ultrasound that day.
No.
Kept putting the hand up and just saying, no, you can't look. So they actually took a 10-minute break.
Oh my goodness,
And the ultrasound tech says, and by the way, I could see that your bladder's filling, so you might want to go to the restroom.
Oh, no.
And my daughter Gracie, she goes, I didn't even know. And then I was like, oh yeah, I gotta go.
Fun part about that job is so fun.
So is there a question, I know you probably were preparing for this, getting ready for this today and doing this interview. Was there a question that I didn't ask that you wish I would have?
Favorite part about Apple Blossom, for sure, was probably one that I was kind of expecting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so what is your favorite part of Apple Blossom?
The classy chassis. Favorite part about the whole thing. I like the food fair. I performed in it for years, but the classy chassis has to be top notch.
Okay, why?
So my grandpa, he used to have his car in the classy chassis, and it was a Ford Model T. Don't know what year, but it was such a cool car, and I loved it, and he would let me ride in it. And then my other grandpa would put his car in it. Can't remember the model of that one, but seeing all the cool cars, it's definitely something unique about our valley that's
Okay.
so
you've
fun.
actually ridden in the parade?
Yes.
Already?
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe you'll ride in it again.
Yeah, we can hope. But whoever rides in the classy chassis definitely deserves it. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Tessa, congratulations on reaching top 10.
Thank you so much.
And best of luck in this whole process, and we'll see you again.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Tessa Shaw joining us here. Part of our top 10 candidates for the Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant presented by Casimir Valley Bank. We'll have it here live on the NCWLIFE channel on Saturday, February 8th with our countdown to coronation at 6:30 with yours truly and Julie Agins-Kuntz, a queen from back in 1974. And then, of course, the pageant starts at 7 o'clock right here on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage of the 2025 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is brought to you in part by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
All right, before we send you on your way on this Wednesday, one more look at what Mother Nature has in store for us. First of all, we could still get some light snow today. Is it going to amount to much? No, not really. The little snow events that we had earlier in the week, the snow was just so light and so powdery, it kind of just dissipated. It kind of went away. So that system has all been done. Then there's one more little weak system that's going to pass over tonight into Thursday, but that's probably not going to give us a great deal of snow either. Most of the snow from this second system will be in the Idaho Panhandle, and 2, maybe 3 inches of snow expected on Stevens Pass. So this is round 2 of the snow, but again, very little snow, if any. Less than an inch here in the Wenatchee Valley. Omak catches a break. They're not expecting any snow at all. Maybe an inch up in the Mazama, Winthrop area. Again, Stevens going to get 2 to 3 inches of snow. Very little snow at all on Snoqualmie or Blewett Pass. The Idaho Panhandle is going to get most of the snow, and again, not much. And the temperatures, again, are cold. They're below normal, and if you think this is cold, especially, again, look at Omak. Overnight lows in the single digits. You factor in the wind. Right now, it's 10 degrees in Omak. It is the wind is out of the north-northwest at 15 miles an hour. That puts the wind chill at below 0 in Omak, and there's no real relief for those folks at all because they're going to deal with the wind in addition to the cold temperatures. Everybody is going to be cold all over the Pacific Northwest, not just in the north-central Washington area and in eastern Washington, but everybody is under the influence of some pretty cold air. And next week looks, are you ready for this? Really, really cold. The coldest temperatures of the year will be coming our way next week. But this is this week. From the National Weather Service, again, a slight chance of some light snow today, if at all. Right now it's high clouds, and we'll see the clouds thickening up a little bit as the afternoon progresses, and it'll be pretty cloudy by sunset tonight. Right around 5 o'clock, we'll top off at 29, they tell us. Slight chance of light snow tonight. You saw the graphic. We're not going to get much. Outside of that, just fairly cloudy. Continued cold, 14 for the overnight low. Our normal overnight low was 26. So yeah, your furnace will be working. pretty much 24 hours a day. And then sunshine, and a lot of it, but not warm. Only 29 on Thursday, just about the freezing mark on Friday and Saturday. Again, lots of sunshine, no precipitation. Clear skies at night means the overnight lows will be rather chilly. We do it again on Super Bowl Sunday. Super Bowl is a registered trademark of the National Football League, all rights reserved. Monday, we start getting cold, and then the long-term forecast for next week, really cold temperatures, perhaps seeing an overnight low at 0. It's possible. That's it for us. Have a good and safe Wednesday. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.